What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 105, and we start today's episode off with a game against Getafe here, of course, on the back of those two games with Spain. Our first two games with Spain, they were played in the last episode. If you missed that, go back and watch it. Definitely worth your time. So we did play our first games with Spain in the series, and coming into this game against Getafe, as you can see, Barcelona currently top of the table by a single point, but we do have a game in hand, and of course, there are only 8 games in the season to go right now. Of course, by the end of this game, there'll be 7 games to go. So we're into the business end of the season now, and it's getting real. We have a very good chance of possibly winning our first ever La Liga title. It's still going to be very difficult for us, but as things stand, if we win this game in hand, we will open up a 2-point gap. We've got a better head-to-head record than Barcelona, and it is becoming real that we could possibly win our first La Liga title this season. Still, we do take on Getafe for the first game of today's episode, and the first chance would fall here in the 33rd minute, and the first goal was scored as well. Ronnie Aguza got it, but sadly he was denied a goal by the linesman's flag. As you can see, it was pretty tight, but as you can see, Paco Candela delays the cross, and when he puts it in, Aguza is offside. So correct decision, and still 0-0. And in the 40th minute here, a great chance for the away side to take a bit of a shock lead. Mendes comes through and strikes it, but puts the ball off target, and really should have found the back of the net. Really good chance there, but Getafe couldn't capitalise. And in the 58th minute, Ioza Perez comes through for us here. Quick little fake shot, nice ball out wide towards David Concha. Concha goes down the left-hand side, holds the ball up here after a slide challenge, keeps hold of the ball, crosses to the far post, and Keiko heads it in, and what a header this is by Keiko as well. Obviously, Keiko, one of our first signings in the first season. He came in on a pre-contract to join us in the second season, and he's been a really loyal servant for us at the club. He's still only on about $3,000 a week, which is crazy, despite now being 76 overall. But Keiko is a really solid player, and he's scored a couple of headers for us throughout the series as well, and that's his best one so far. Leaning back, over the back of a defender, heads it across the face of the goal, in off the far post there, the inside of the far post. The defender tried to dive and head it away, couldn't get there. Perfect placement from Keiko, and we do indeed take a lead here, courtesy of our number 15. So Racing Santander 1, Getafe 0. Keiko with the goal, and in the 64th minute, a great chance to make it 2-0 as Paco Candela finds the goal scorer Keiko. He plays a 1-2 with Ioza Perez, gets himself past the last man, goes through one-on-one and shoots, but can't hit the target, and it goes behind for a goal kick. So still Racing Santander 1, Getafe 0. And in the 82nd minute, we were still holding on to a 1-goal lead. To be honest, other than the one good chance Getafe had, they weren't doing very well in this game. And as Moy Gomez goes down the left-hand side here, he fake shots around his man, whips in across towards Keiko at the far post, and Gaiata makes a very good save and turns it behind for a corner. So Keiko in this game was the danger man, the guy we look for on every single opportunity. And as you can see, with a couple of minutes to go, as we're about to enter the added time mark in this game, Concha goes through here one-on-one against the last defender, beats him with a lovely piece of skill, goes through one-on-one, but I completely messed up the finish, and Concha puts it wide of the post. So it would have been nice there for Concha to get a goal and make it 2-0, but I completely messed it up. And as I mentioned with Concha before, he's the only player in this Racing Santander team that's been here since the very beginning, and I have no plans to sell him, even though despite only being 22 years old, he's not growing, because I love the guy. Like, I really do love the guy. Still, he messed up that chance, but it was my fault, and it was still 1-0. And from the goal kick, we win it back. Aguza plays a brilliant through ball towards Hector Bellerin off the bench down the right hand side, and Gaiata again makes a brilliant save and turns it behind for a corner. But always how the game would finish. So Racing Santander 1, Getafe 0. Very pleased to get the 3 points in this game. In all honesty, we probably should have scored a couple more goals, but put that down to my poor finishing more than anything else. But even so, because we got the win, that does mean we return to top of the table with 7 games to go. We are 2 points ahead of Barcelona. Well, you'll see the league table in just a moment's time anyway. But as things stand, it's getting real. I've been downplaying the chances for a while now, but it's getting real now. There is a chance of us winning our first La Liga title with Racing Santander. Still following that, we had a youth squad monthly report as we've now entered April, and also a squad report as well, so you can see how the players are currently doing. Obviously, now we are Spain manager. We're looking at the squad, and we're not just looking at it from a Racing Santander point of view, but also from a Spain point of view. So we can look at some of these players and think, are they going to make the Spain squad one day or not? Obviously, so far we've had Grimaldo, Carlos Blanco, who else? Carvajal and Jesse Rodriguez. Those are the 4 players right now who have been capped for Spain. Obviously, only one of those was capped for Spain before I was manager in Carlos Blanco. Grimaldo, Carvajal, and Jesse Rodriguez were only called up whilst I was manager in the recent couple of games, of course, which were in the last episode. Go back and watch it if you missed it. But yeah, there's players in this squad I'm looking at right now, and I'm thinking, are they going to make the Spain squad one day? Morata, Perez, two definite ones I'm looking at right now. Moy Gomez, possibly one day young Hanalise, one of our academy players, you never know. But still, here's a look at the league table. As you can see, 7 games to go, 2 points clear of Barcelona, and again, remember, it's on head-to-head record, not goal difference, so the goal difference thing shouldn't really matter too much. It's all about head-to-head, really, and we have a better head-to-head record against Barcelona, so if we finish level on points, we'll win the league. Real Madrid could possibly get themselves back in the league title race, but I highly doubt it, and as you can see as well, in the European qualifiers group, we are top with 24 points, 8 wins out of 8. Of course, we've only managed Spain for 2 of those, but we're still guaranteed to go to the European Championships next season, at the end of next season, and that's fantastic. And we take on Bayern Munich for the second and final game of today's episode here in the Champions League quarter-final first leg. Now, of course, we faced Bayern Munich in the group stage. We won away at the Allianz Arena, where this game is being played, and we lost at home at El Sardinero after we conceded a 90th minute goal. So coming into this game, we know about Bayern Munich, and of course, don't forget, we actually beat them as well in the Copa Europe at the start of the season. So our record against Bayern Munich right now is played 3, won 2, and lost 1. So that's pretty encouraging coming into this quarter-final tie. And the first chance of this very important game would fall in the 5th minute as young Hanalise skips around Yaya Toure with a fake shot, plays a free ball forward towards Rubinho. What a lovely ball it was, but Rubinho's strike was well saved by Manuel Neuer, and eventually Bayern Munich cleared the ball away. And in the 33rd minute, Bayern Munich had a great chance to open the scoring here. Bastian Schweinsteiger finds Ian Robben. The Dutchman cuts inside with a couple of nice turns, shoots at goal, but hits the post, and Mario Götze's strike goes in to the stands, or well, into the netting next to the stands, but still, it is still Bayern Munich 0, Racing Santander 0 in this game, as Robben does hit the post. And from the goal kick, we pass out from the back in typical Racing Santander style, give it to Jesse Rodriguez, who gives it to Yoshinho Rubinho. Rubinho holds the ball up here with a nice little fake shot, looking for a pass, but instead keeps on going himself with a nice little step over, keeps holding the ball, not giving away possession, plays a great free ball towards Alvaro Morata. He stops the ball, back heels it towards Oliver Torres. Torres takes his time with the reverse step over, nice little stuff from Torres, drills in a cross, and Rubinho's strike is well saved by Neuer, and Bayern Munich get it away. So a couple of big saves by Neuer early on in this game for Bayern Munich. After a nice team build-up there, I thought he might have scored a lovely goal, but it was still goalless. And in the 41st minute, another great chance for us here, as Morata down the right-hand side turns Martinez, keeps on going, looks for someone in the box, finds Obiang at the edge of the area, he shoots, and Neuer makes a very good save and turns it behind for a corner. So still 0-0, but in the first half, other than Robben hitting the post, it was pretty much all Racing Santander. We were looking the better side, and we were doing everything we could to try and grab ourselves an away goal. As Rubinho collects the ball here, he holds it up, cuts past his man and shoots, and again, Manuel Neuer pulls off a brilliant save. So if it wasn't for Neuer in the first half, I'm confident we would have been in the lead. But it was still goalless. In the second half, though, Mario Götze finds Franck Ribéry, and the Frenchman crosses the ball back inside towards Robben, and his header goes harmlessly wide and behind for a goal kick. So still 0-0 in this game, and in the 53rd minute, another great chance for Bayern Munich here as Yaya Toure on the ball. He finds Giovanni Dos Santos, who shoots from range, and his shot goes just wide of the post and behind. I thought it was going to nestle in the top corner. Thankfully, though, it was off target. So still goalless, but in the 62nd minute, the deadlock would be broken, and it came through Yaya Toure, the former Manchester City and Barcelona man, with a superb header, and the Ivory Coast midfielder makes it Bayern Munich 1, Racing Santander 0. And Toure is one of those complete packages players, you know, he really is. On the defensive side, he's really strong, he's physical, he can put his foot in when he needs to. On the offensive side, he can pop up with goals whenever. He's a monster in the air as well, he's got good aerial ability, and Toure proves it there. Wonderful header by the Ivorian. Ruben Blanco can't get there, neither can Carvajal on the line, and it's Bayern Munich 1, Racing Santander 0. So Yaya Toure with the goal, and unfortunately for us, Yaya does give Bayern Munich the lead in this game, which, to be honest, I felt as though were playing pretty well, but it was still 1-0 to Bayern Munich. Toure with the goal. But in the 68th minute, Yaya Toure went from hero to zero because the Ivorian lunged in on Oliver Torres after our little playmaker cut in from the left-hand side here, and the referee had no alternative but to give us a penalty here at the Allianz Arena and also book the goal scorer Toure, who wasn't very happy about it, but as you'll see on the replay, as Torres cut inside here, Toure lunged in, as you can see, does make contact with him as Torres is going through, and the referee has no alternative but to give a penalty. So penalty to us as Torres is squaring up to Toure there. Not sure who would win winning that fight, but still, penalty to Racing Santander. It's going to be Jesse Rodriguez who'll stand up and take it. He's had a pretty poor season by his standards compared to what happened last year. He was really good for us, but this is a big penalty for us, and Jesse Rodriguez does score it. He sends Manuel Neuer the wrong way, and I really do feel as though he deserved this goal as well. He deserved that little bit of luck to win the penalty and score it too, because we've been playing really well in this game. You know, Bayern Munich versus Racing Santander, even though we've got a much better squad than when we begin the series, with the one we began the series with, you know, we still are the underdogs coming into this game. And we could have been defensive, we could have sat back and just said, you know, we'll try and take a 0-0 draw, just not conceding would be good. But I really wanted to get something from this game. I really did want to win it, and that goal did at least level it on the night. But sadly for us, just a couple minutes later, Bayern Munich would get themselves back in front, and it was a really frustrating goal because the chip assist, if you will, for the shot that was taken was pretty well dealt with by Ruben Blanco. He managed to push it out wide, but Carvajal just didn't react. He seemed to lose his man right there, and once he did that, he allowed Shaqiri to have a simple finish into the open goal as he slid in and made it Bayern Munich 2, Racing Santander 1. So pretty poor concentration from Carvajal really, but Blanco probably could have done a little bit better himself, so maybe both of those players should have done better there. But still, Bayern Munich 2, Racing Santander 1, and one of the final chances would fall here in the 84th minute. Rubinho's on the ball, plays it inside towards Rana Delgado, but Neuer makes the save, and Bayern Munich get it away. And it was how the game would finish as well. Bayern Munich 2, Racing Santander 1. Really, really frustrating because we played very well in that game. Felt as though we should have at least got a draw, but at the end of the day, we got ourselves an away goal, and that could be crucial going into the second leg against Bayern Munich at El Sardinero. But that is going to end the episode, guys. So as always, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you enjoyed the episode, please leave a like. Of course, you don't have to if you don't want to, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.